Now, let's log into the platform itself and take a closer look at the ThreatX attack dashboard. The ThreatX attack dashboard provides a comprehensive view into all suspicious and malicious attackers and their behavior targeting your APIs and web applications. Users can see traffic metrics are available at the top of the attack dashboard to provide insight into normal traffic volume compared to the traffic being blocked by ThreatX. We can expand this view from the last 30 minutes all the way up to the last 30 days, so users can view the spikes of traffic activity and similarly spikes due to an ongoing attack. Attacker behavior analytics are provided below in the Threat Entities tab. Various aspects about the attackers and their behavior are provided in this table. And we'll talk about this more in just a second. Lastly, the attack dashboard can drill down into the riskiest threat actors across your entire environment or targeting a specific site using the site filter at the upper left-hand corner of the attack dashboard. Administrators can group sites together and similarly filter this dashboard by site groups if desired. As we just mentioned, the Threat Entities tab provides visibility security teams need to quickly evaluate attackers detected in their environment prioritized by risk. As ThreatX analyzes HTTP traffic, the platform extracts identifying metadata, including IP address, user agent, location, and other characteristics to create a profile and identifier for each attacker. Each attacker is assigned a descriptor concatenated with the pirate name, and this helps ThreatX track this attacker as they rotate IPs and hide themselves or make a lateral movement. Security teams can investigate threats by using the search, sort, and filter functionality available in the Threat Entities tab to drill down and view specific attack conditions. For example, last seen is a great metric to sort by and view the most recently detected attacker in your environment and what they're doing. Another is sorting based on match events because it will bring the most active attackers to the top of the Threat Entities table. To view all of the various behaviors being seen in your environment, the description filter will list every behavior being detected by ThreatX and how frequently for the given time range. If your biggest concern is viewing all of the attackers farthest along in their attack lifecycle, filtering by attack state will only show who is attempting to exploit your APIs and web applications. These are just a few examples of how incident responders or security architects can investigate the threats that ThreatX is protecting against. Now that we've talked about the Threat Entities tab, the Top Targets tab features sites being targeted during the given time selected. Administrators can easily see the assets that are being most frequently or aggressively targeted, gaining insight and understanding of their risk profile. For example, we can get a perspective into which assets are being targeted by reviewing the total requests compared to match events and block requests. Match events is each suspicious or malicious behavior being identified that doesn't yet constitute a block. Blocked requests represents every behavior that does constitute a block, whether the attacker behavior was incremented high enough to pass our threshold, or the request itself was obviously malicious. This could include detecting OWASP top 10 or exploitation attempts like SQLi or cross-site scripting. The status code summary is a great health indicator for your site, showing 5XX and 4XX response codes in relation to the healthy 2XX responses. Drilling down into the Terracotta Site 2, we can review which aspects of your APIs or web apps are being hit the most frequently. And unsurprisingly, it appears to be the login endpoint. The Top Targets view makes it easy for users to investigate threats in your environment focused on your digital assets, not on the attackers themselves. Lastly, the Threat Map tab provides visibility into the location of each attacker and its associated risk. The interactive map allows users to identify how many unique attackers are from each country. Users can hover over a country on the threat map, and a pop-up will display the number of attacking entities originating in that country. Digging in, let's take a peek into how we're tracking a specific attacker over time. ThreatX tracks attacker behavior over 90 days to identify changes in attack patterns, targets, and the evolution of attackers advancing from recon activity to an exploitation attempt. We can see at the top of this page, high-level characteristics about each attacker include their pirate name, risk score, current status, IP, originating location, and user agent. Below is the attacker's timeline detailing when ThreatX detected and began blocking activity, which we can see started at around 5:18. This is when ThreatX blocked this user for 30 minutes, then relinquished their block at 5:48 in the timeline. Another key aspect to highlight in this attacker's activity is the different attack techniques used. Focusing first on wrist-based blocking, these blocks are focused on business logic or context focused on blocking that increments or decrements based on attacker behavior. In this request, we can see the user attempted a credential stuffing request, passing in a user's password and token to the application's login endpoint. Another thing to note is ThreatX automatically obfuscates any sensitive data from within the platform. Request-based blocking, this is your OWASP top 10, SQL injection, or cross-site scripting by blocking the request that's obviously malicious. Here, we can filter by request-based blocking attempts to see earlier on the attacker attempted a SQL injection attempt using similar parameters of the password and token. This is a great example of an attacker that has been blocked temporarily by ThreatX. Next, I'd like to walk through how ThreatX has permanently blocked an attacker automatically. Denied Coxswain has been permanently blocked by ThreatX using automated risk-based blocking. We can see in this attacker's timeline, there's been multiple behaviors that have been detected, beginning with January 17th, all the way to January 19th. If we want to see ThreatX responsive actions alone, I can navigate to the Responsive Actions tab to view each blocking timeline, highlighting the separate events in the past 90 days that caused this attacker to move through 3 strikes and you're out model. Now, let's take a deeper dive into his targets on the endpoint statistics page. Endpoint statistics showcases every single API that this attacker targeted during his attempts, as well as any non-API identified paths in the application. Here we can see a majority of the attempts were targeted towards this API. However, there was one request trying to attempt to exploit a path in the application that is managing payments.